Hey everybody, it's Premiere Gal here, and I'm going to be showing you today how to create a handwriting effect inside of After Effects. The key to doing this is choosing a font that looks like handwriting and that is pretty easy to trace using the pen tool. If you use a very fine font that's very curvy, it will be pretty hard to trace using the pen tool. So I've included some links to some handwriting fonts that I would recommend for producing this effect. But let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Okay, so I'm inside of After Effects CC 2017, and the first thing we have to do is create a new composition by clicking on this icon here, create a new composition. I'm going to leave the background color white and leave my aspect ratio to be a 16 by 9, 1920 by 1080. I'm going to hit OK. And now you'll see if I fit this to window that we have a 16 by 9 canvas. And now I just want to add the font text of the word that I'm going to animate, which is gal. And I'm using the font Leckerli 1, which I've left as a link to download in the description box below. So if you just click on the canvas here and type out the word that you want to produce the handwriting effect with, I'm just going to do gal. It does take a bit of time to trace this, but once you get the hang of it, you can start to do it more quickly. So that's why I'm going to use a short word, because I don't want to hold you guys up, because I know you guys want to do this for yourself. So what I'm going to do is just zoom in here a bit. Let's zoom in to about 100%. And then you can use the hand tool by hitting H to sort of center it so you can get a nice view. Now we're going to use the pen tool, but first make sure that the gal is selected down here. And then you're going to go up and hit the pen tool. You can use G as a shortcut. And now we're just going to trace this word as if we're writing it. And you have to think about what's the natural way that you're going to write this. So for the G, we're going to start up here. So we're just going to create one dot. Click. If you click and hold, you can make it a curved line. And then just continue along the path here. Try to keep it as centered as possible. It takes a while to get used to it, but once you start to get the hang of it, you know, it'll be a lot easier to do as you get more skilled. And again, see, this started a new path. We want to make sure that these are connected. So instead, what we have to do is Command Z and click on this last dot in order to make sure that it keeps the same path as you're tracing this. All right, so let's keep going here. If you forget to click and hold, you can hit Option and click, and it creates the curved line again. So I'm just going to go along here and trace this entire gal, and you can follow along with your own word. And I'm going to pull this up higher because the A in English, we usually start right here and create the A this way. So what you want to do is go up and then start the stroke here and then make it curved again, as much towards the center as possible. And now you can probably see why I recommended using a font that is not so curvy, right? And then the L, we want to start here for the L. So let's go up, around, and let's start the L stroke here. So now that we have a pretty good path happening here, we can always make adjustments after we apply a stroke on top of this path. To do this, first we have to go up to Effect, and then go to Generate, and then we're going to click Stroke. And you will see that there's now this white line that just emerged on top of this path. To make it easier to see, let's change the color of the stroke to like a hot pink color. So now you can more easily see the stroke that was applied. So right now we need to make sure that this stroke is completely covering the font beneath it. So that means we need to change the brush size to be much larger. So let's go ahead and just increase the size of the stroke until we begin to see it covering the entire width of the font. And now you can see we need to make a few more adjustments here to the path because we still see a little bit of the font here. So let's see if we can move this around a bit to get it just right. That looks pretty good. And now to create the animation of this stroke on top of the gal font, what we're going to do is animate the stroke. So let's go ahead and turn this to 0. And let's hit the keyframe toggle animation next to end. And then let's pull it forward in time to when we want the animation to finish. And then we're going to hit 100. So now you can see that over time the stroke is painting on top of the font, right? But now we want to get rid of this hot pink stroke so we just see the font animating. So just go here next to Paint Style and Reveal Original Image. So now we will just see, if we fit to the window here, we will just see the animation. And now you have an animated text, as if it's hand-drawn. So I hope that you guys found this useful. This video was requested by someone just like you by going to my website, premiergal.com/tutorials, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! And I will see you guys next